Hi everyone and welcome. Another cake where a small figurine is typically baked inside is Spanish Roscon de Reyes. It is eaten on January 6th, Three Kings Day. Let's bake Roscon and see who is the king. Let's put milk, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and the butter in a small pot. And heat on the stove on low heat to melt the butter. When the butter has melted, I will leave the milk to cool for a few minutes. When the milk is just slightly warm, fine to touch, let's activate the yeast. I will crumble the fresh yeast in a small bowl, add to it the milk with butter and sugar, and stir to dissolve the yeast a bit. Mix in a few tablespoons of flour and leave it for about 10 minutes till the yeast is foamy and has visibly grown. In the meanwhile, let's zest the orange and the lemon and mix the zest with the powdered sugar. The yeast is foamy and has grown in the bowl. Let's put it in a big bowl where we will make and ferment the dough. Add 1 egg to it and powdered sugar mixed with the orange and lemon zest. Now I will add the orange flower water, which is traditionally used in Roscon de Reyes. You can also skip it if you don't have it. The batter turns a nice orange color because of the orange zest in it. Now let's add a bit of salt to the flour and sift it in the bowl. I will not add all the flour at once in case I don't need all of it for the dough. The dough is still very sticky, so I will add a bit of flour, tablespoon, half a tablespoon, gradually till the dough starts to hold together. To knead the dough, I will put some olive oil on my hands and the kitchen countertop instead of using flour. The oil will help to prevent the dough from sticking, and there won't be more flour added to the dough to avoid having too much flour in it. And let's knead the dough for a few minutes till it's smooth, elastic, and does not stick anymore. The dough is soft, it does not need a lot of strength to knead it. Let's roll it into a ball with a little bit of olive oil to help to keep the dough moist and put in the bowl. Cover the bowl with a towel or a lid and put in a warm place for the dough to grow for about 5 hours. Now let's get the small king figure ready to be put in the cake and wrap it in a small piece of parchment paper. I will not put the bean in the cake. Let's also oil a piece of parchment paper the size of the baking tray. It will help us to move the roscon easier. Let's shape the roscon now. The dough has grown and is very airy puffy. Let's put it on the kitchen countertop, put the small figure of king inside the dough, and shape the dough into a ball. Let's cover the dough and let it rest for about 5 minutes. We need to shape the roscon in a ring with a big hole in the middle so that it does not close while the dough grows and bakes. The dough is very soft and stretches easily. Let's put it on the parchment paper and stretch a bit more. And pull it on the baking tray. Cover with a towel and put in a warm place to proof for 2 more hours. Let's set now the oven to heat to 180 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. To brush the Roscon de Reyes, let's break an egg in a glass. Add to it about a teaspoon of water and beat it a little with a fork. And add a few drops of water to a tablespoon of sugar and mix it so that the sugar is just a little wet and forms kind of crumbs. The Roscon has grown. Let's gently brush it with the egg wash now. Let's put some homemade candied orange slices on top. Between the orange slices, I will put some candied cherries and sugar crumbs as last. You can also use almond flakes if you wish. And it goes in the oven to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes till it's nicely golden brown. To prevent roscon from browning too much, put a piece of aluminum foil loosely on top when it has started to brown. Remove roscon from the oven and let it cool a bit on the baking tray before moving it. You can eat it like that, or cut horizontally and put whipped cream or your preferred cream filling in the middle before eating Roscon. And enjoy!